Hey guys, welcome to our Sweat Nation call. We are so lucky to have Sarah LaNore on our call today. Just quick stats for Sarah so you'll know how successful she's been. She's hey Lacey, can you mute your thing maybe?
Sorry, I was trying to figure out how to mute it, and
I got it. I got it. All right, let's backtrack. All right, Sarah, we're so happy to have you on the call. Sarah is a four-time elite coach. Her team is four times elite. She's an 8-star diamond coach and a Success Club all-star legend. So she's going to share with us today on Facebook tips and tricks and how to create and use content on Facebook. So thank you, Sarah, for being on. And sorry I didn't have everybody muted here.
That's okay. Thanks for having me. We got the pleasure of hearing from Kaylee last week on y'all's product launch system, which was awesome. So I'm excited to get to share some of my tips and tricks with you guys. My name is Sarah LaNore, and I've been coaching for about 6 years now. I got started after I had my first child, who's going to be 7 next Monday. And I was a C-section delivery with her, and I was just gone from being this former college athlete, gym junkie, to not working out at all because I had a new baby. So I needed something I could do at home, post about it on Facebook, and lo and behold, someone reached out and said, you need to try Les Mills Pump and Shakeology, and it'll change your world. And sure enough, it did. And that's kind of how my business got started. So we have like our sign-up date, and then we have our start working your business date. So those are two different dates for me, but I did start, sharing my journey with Les Mills Pump and all of that on Facebook as I did my pregnancy journey. And I had moms that wanted to know what I was doing, how I had gotten my body back after the baby, and I just shared. And so that's kind of what I want to talk to you guys about today. Is I have strictly built my business on Facebook. Going on 6 years now. It's like that's where I build my business. I dabble in Instagram, I've dabbled in Pinterest, but Facebook's where it's at for me. Not to say that's the only place, obviously, that you can build. So I don't know if a lot of you do build on Facebook or not, but Kaylee had said that y'all have had a lot of Instagram talk lately, so maybe this will freshen up and give you guys some ideas, whether you're a newer coach that wants to kind of take it on their personal page, or you have a like page and you want to dive in a little bit deeper there too. These tips will work for you in both places. So I have a little PowerPoint. It'll keep me on track so I don't talk too much. So let me figure out how to share my screen with you guys, and hopefully you can tell me that you can see that. Yeah? Okay, cool. I don't know what will happen if I put it in like preview mode, so I'm just going to go with it like this and make it really big, and hopefully that will work, because I think if I do the other one, it makes it all jacked up. Okay, Facebook tips and tricks. So there have been tons of changes that have gone on in Facebook with the algorithm, and you may or may not know about this. You may have felt it. You may see it in some of your posts and the engagement that they're getting, but no sales, no business, all relationships. That is what Facebook is wanting out of this platform. They don't want businesses selling to people. They want families and friends engaging and sharing stories with people. So that's what we're going to do. And I feel like that's what we already do as coaches, is we're sharesmen, right? We don't sell what we're doing. We share our journey. We share our products without telling people what they are, right? We share what's working for us. So we're just engaging with friends and family, and we're keeping it really personal. We're sharing our personal experience, our personal journey, our personal love or hatred towards a program or whatever. And we're adding tons and tons and tons of value. We are giving so much that people feel like we're just there to help them, because that's what we do as coaches. Our story is there to help and inspire people. If you go to my like page, it's just Sarah LaNore on Facebook. I feel like I give so much over there. I give workouts. I give free advice. I give free recipes. I give so much over there so that when the time comes for me to invite people to something, it doesn't seem like it's out of the blue for them. It's like, oh, she's already given me all this stuff without them really realizing it. They're just kind of, feeding off of it. Then they see that, oh, I can join. They're almost excited about it because they trust me, we're engaged on a personal level, and there's been a lot of value given to them. So with all these changes, I have a plan. So I have a plan of action that I want to share with you guys to help you combat these changes, make it easier for your posts to show up in the newsfeed and get engagement on, so that you're not like, but these changes change all the time. So these are probably, good for the next 6 months. So don't hold me to it. So have a plan. I'm going to share my plan of engagement for you guys. I'm going to share my plan for posting and my plan for organizing your inspiration. So as a new coach, for me, it was really hard to come up with content over and over and over again, especially when I was running a like page and sharing on my personal page and posting on Instagram. So I struggled with content. I want to share a content plan for you guys. I want to share ways to boost your engagement, which will hopefully boost your income, so that more eyes are on your stuff. And then organizing that inspiration so that you can reuse it again. You can recycle it. Okay, your plan for engagement. You only need to post 2, maybe 3 times a day, usually 2. Facebook doesn't want to see a ton of posts from you, because what that means is that they're going to all be fighting for attention. So if you remember back in the day, it was like 3 to 5 times a day is how much you need to be posting. Now it's only 2. If you post 5 posts a day, they're all going to be competing with each other for attention in the newsfeed. So this is going to keep it really simple for us as coaches. 2 posts a day, we can all do that. 3 things that I want you to think about when you're thinking about what to post. Does it make people laugh? Does it make people say, "Aw"? And does it make people say, "I want that. I want that life. I want that workout. I want those shoes. I want that recipe"? Those 3 things. If you can think of those 3 things as you're posting, I promise you your posts will most likely always do well, because people love to laugh. They love humor. They love anything cute, if it's your kids, your dogs, your husband, or if it's like a personal story that makes them go, "Aw," anything like that, and then the "I want." And then I want you to follow the 10 by 10 by 10 method. This is for being social and being legitimate while you're posting. So 10 minutes before you go to post. So you're only posting twice a day. So it's usually like breakfast and dinner or lunch and dinner. 10 minutes before you're going to put that post out, go into your newsfeed and start engaging with people, being genuine, liking, and anything right of the like button, the heart, the laugh, the sad, will get way more hierarchy, if you will, in Facebook's eyes. So try to not use the like, and use the heart, and use the laugh, and use the, maybe not the angry face, the cry face. Comment to people, comment back and engage, like start a conversation with people on their posts, tag someone, watch someone's video, get super active in your newsfeed, and follow people comment on people's stuff for 10 minutes before you post. Then, or it could be 10 people, like find 10 people that you want to love on and go love on their stuff, comment, like, watch, and then 10 minutes after, you're going to do the same thing. And you really want to pay attention to who's liking on your stuff. So what this does is it primes your funnel, if you will. It primes your Facebook feed for you. You're giving attention to people's stuff. Now you're going to post, and then they're going to see your stuff and like and comment on your stuff. And so 10 minutes after, you want to go back to your post and engage with people there. And you want to start a conversation. This is called early engagement. You respond back immediately to people. You keep the conversation going. You don't just say, "Thanks, Susie," if you posted about your new shoes and you gave some people something that they want, but don't just say, "Oh, thanks, Susie, for liking my shoe picture. Thanks, Susie, what kind of shoes do you wear?" Or, "Thanks, Susie, are you a runner too? Or do you like HIIT workouts too?" So you want to keep the conversation going in the comment section of your post through this 10 by 10 by 10 method. So, sorry, I've been sick, so I'm probably going to lose my voice. Okay, so that's a plan for engagement that helps you prime up before you go to post, knowing what to post. Now, I have a plan for working smarter, not harder when you get into the newsfeed. Because the 10 minutes before you go to post, how many of you get distracted and you're like, oh, well, there's that, and there's this, and there's that, and then it's like 30 minutes have gone by and you're like, crap, I missed my window to post. Happens to me all the time. So I have a rhyme behind the reason for posting to people that matter, okay, to people that are going to that you should be spending your time on. Over here on your sidebar, on the left sidebar, there's this little thing called friends list. You may already know about this. If you do, great. If you don't, just tune in. I'll be really quick as I explain it. You can create lists of people that you only want to see in your newsfeed. So it can be people that you follow. It could be your current challengers. It could be prospect coaches. It could be family. It could be your coaches. And so I do this. So I kill two birds with one stone. I go like and love on my coaches' stuff so that I can see what they're posting and I can give them, concrete feedback. I go love and comment for 10 minutes on prospect coaches so that I'm working their pipeline and seeing what they're posting about and loving on them. Then when it's my turn to post, those people that I want to see my stuff, see my stuff. So you can create this by just creating a list, adding friends to it, saving it, and then it's in your friends list now for future use. I also use it for inspiration, which I'll get into later, and as well as managing, but keeping an eye on my coaches, 2017-18 for elite purposes, and then just my PS coaches so that I can keep them close and love on them. Okay, so that is my plan for engagement. Hopefully that all made sense. Now let's jump into a plan for posting. I am an organization freak. I like a schedule. I like a plan. And so this is something that I've been following for a while now to keep me on track with what to post, because I always run out of ideas and I hate having to you never want to throw something up just to throw it up to post. You don't want to throw spaghetti on the wall, right? You want to have a plan behind what you're posting. And if you just throw things up, sometimes they do really well, but most of the time they flop. So this has been working really well for me. It's adopted by Josh Coates. I don't know if y'all know of him, but he's a push coach for a lot of the girls on my team. We love him and it works. We've been all using it for almost a year now, and it definitely works with keeping engagement up, drawing people to your stuff, and then giving you a system to follow. So you can read through it. I have examples that I'm going to run through, so take a screenshot of that. I can send this PowerPoint to Kim and Kaylee. That way they can share it with you guys so you don't have to write this down really fast. But let's just go into a few examples of what each day might look like. So health and fitness posts, what might that look like? Maybe you're sharing your menu for the week. Maybe you're sharing a good doctor's appointment, a workout video like she did here. So this would be examples of a health and fitness post. Lifestyle. Lifestyle is really anything that's going on in your life. For a lot of us, we're coaches. We are health and fitness coaches. So there's going to be a lot of health and fitness going on in your life, but I'm also a mom. I'm also a former college athlete. I'm also a military spouse. I'm also, I love Chick-fil-A and I hate to cook. So I did talk about, just things that you normally think of, like when you're in the car. Most of the time those make great posts. Some of us don't use them because we're like, oh, that was just a thought in my head, but they make really good posts because they create conversation. Remember, you want conversation to happen in your comment section. You want people to talk about what you're talking about in your post. So this one actually did really well. I just threw it up there thinking no one's going to care that I'm having Chick-fil-A for dinner. They might all judge me actually because I'm a health and fitness coach and I should be having cook my own food and having spinach and chicken for dinner. But this actually turned into a really good post in that I'd also, I swore I would never take my kids to Chick-fil-A. And I also said I would never take them to have pizza. And I also said I would never have a messy car with goldfish everywhere and all this stuff. And all these moms related to it. So you have to think about who's your market, who's your niche, but how can you bring that lifestyle in and make it relatable to your audience too. Okay. The next type of post is engagement. This is on Tuesdays and Thursdays, usually in the evening. It's going to help boost engagement on your page. or your personal profile. That these are two examples of what that might look like. All those gifts that you see, and I need some sunless tanner. This one got so much engagement because everybody has an idea. Or you have 24 hours, use a GIF below, show us what you would do. Those types of posts get really good engagement. This or that. What's the weather like where you are? I mean, I think those are pretty easy to figure out. Coaching breadcrumbs, these are so important for moving your business forward and sharing what we do as coaches. But this is an example of a coaching breadcrumb that one of our coaches did that doesn't say, like, I'm a coach, join my team, but just says, without coaching, I wouldn't have worked out today. My boot camp, boot campers hold me to it, and you better believe I'm going to show up for them. So, shouting out her boot campers basically through a video. Remember, video is like here, and posts are here, and then no picture is here, or pictures are here and no pictures are here when you're posting. So if you can do video, if you can go live, way better for your engagement. So think about that as you're posting as well. Here is 22 days of coaching posts. Again, you don't have to write these down. I will share this with your leaders so that they can share it with you. But it just gives you an idea of how you can talk about coaching without having to be like, join my team, you're invited, come do what I do. This just shares different aspects of coaching for you so that you can, post about it. Progress pics, these are on Friday nights or Fridays. You're just sharing your progress because honestly, our bodies are our billboards. Our transformations are what sell the stories and the programs and all of that in this business. So if you're not showing people progress, then what are you showing them? So progress pics are huge. They show people where you've been, where you're going, where you've come from, and there's a lot of different ways to do it. So these are just two examples. I was showing my new swimsuit. I was showing off some muscles. Again, you don't have to invite people from these posts. They're not call to action posts. They're just showing progress. And you can show your challengers. You can show pictures of people from the pages, like the 8-day obsession page, the group, the 8-day obsession groups. Like I said, your own challengers, coaches on your team that are getting amazing results. And it can also be progress within like your mindset shift or your diet shift. You can be talking about how you've made changes in other places other than just your physical fitness as well. And then lastly, you have call to actions, usually on Sundays. And this is where you are legit like, I am looking for. I need, I need to help 3 more people on their fitness journey this month. Who's interested? That kind of thing. Drop a emoji below. You just want to be careful. That's why these call to actions are only once a week for our team, because you don't want to come across as a business. Remember, the first thing I talked about on this call is that Facebook wants to see you building relationships. That's why we're adding value throughout the week through our posts. We're sharing our journey. We're not doing call to actions and join me and all this. We're sharing our lifestyle posts. We're sharing health and fitness. We're having some engagement, funny stuff, and we're making them say ah, or we're making them laugh. Remember. But then Sundays or one day a week, you can be like, boom, here's your call to action. Like I said, our schedule, it's Sunday nights. It works really well for us then. And it can be inviting to coaching, call to action, or it can be inviting to your challenge group, call to action. So these are 2 examples that you can take a look at too. Okay, and then the third thing is planning for organization. Okay, so remember, now that you kind of have a schedule, you know what things are going to help engage your post, give them more engagement, boost them, the 10 by 10 by 10 method, the engagement post and the schedule. You have a schedule that's going to keep you organized. Now you can come up with inspiration so that you're not the only one that's like having to come up with this content. Now you know what to post. So on Monday, it's a health and fitness post and it's a coaching breadcrumb or whatever it was. You can plan ahead for that. So what I do is I set up those friends lists for inspiration as well. I look for others for inspiration, not to copy what they're doing, but to see what they're doing. So I follow a lot of my coaches. I follow a lot of coaches that I resonate with from the National Wake Up Call. If you're in the Beachbody Champions page, there are so many coaches in there that share a wealth of information that you might connect with. And I follow them. So this is what that looks like. Over here on the left-hand side, you have saved posts, you have on this day and you have friends list. So the friends list is what I was talking about, where you create the little inspiration list or the prospect coach list that way. And then as I see a post that someone does that I'm like, oh, that was awesome, I want to save that for later, it goes into my saved. And in your saved file right there, it lets you organize it into collections. So you can have fitness collections, you can have recipe collections, you can have healthy lifestyle collections based on the posting schedule that I shared with you guys, so that you can go back and be like, I need an engagement booster. Let me go to my saved folder in the collection of engagement and find that. I need a call to action. Let me go find that. So that makes it this has helped me organize those posts so that when I feel like I have nothing, like my brain is just dead, I can't think of anything, I can come to these saved lists, the friends list, or even on this day. It brings up my old memories of things I've posted. Being a coach for 6 years now, I have tons of stuff that I've shared on my personal page from my like page or just on my personal journey that I can reuse. Chalene Johnson talks a lot about that, recycling content so that you can, recycle past content. It's yours. Why not reuse the verbiage with a different picture, or maybe you want to show that picture with a new quote. So those 3 places have really helped me stay organized and give me inspiration for things to post. I also, last but not least, use the search bar. It's essentially like a search bar for Google. It's right up here. You just search for things that you want to talk about. So for example, if you're going to have order pizza on Friday night, and you're like, okay, I'm going to order pizza. I don't know what to say about this because I'm a health and fitness coach and I shouldn't order pizza tonight, or I feel guilty for ordering pizza tonight. So what can I say about this? Type in Friday night pizza. And I promise you, you're going to find some things that come up that other coaches have said through public posts or through groups, and it will give you some inspiration on things, ways they've said it or things that they've said. You can even search hashtags to bring up ideas, but I use that all the time to give me ideas on what to post. Because again, as a newer coach, and still as a coach of 6 years, I struggle with what to say and how to say it and what to post. But this has at least given me a plan of, ideas to post every day. Less is more, all about value and keeping it organized on my Facebook page. I do get a lot of questions about, I do have a thriving like page with 25,000 likes on it, but I do share on my personal page too. So my coaches ask me all the time, how do you know what to post where? And that is just something that I've had to work out. Usually if I post health and fitness on my like page, I post about food or family on my personal page, and then vice versa, so that I'm not posting the same thing in both places. But I do share in both places because I'm connecting with people in both places. So I think you just have to think about how you're growing your network and how you're meeting people. And if they need to see stuff on your personal page, then you need to post there. And if they don't, then you can stick with your like page or Instagram or what have you. But those are just my tips and tricks for how I've grown my business and organized it over the last 6 years, hoping that it will help you the same. So I'll open it up for questions. I know I kind of blew through all that, but if there are any questions.
That was awesome. I got everybody. Me and Lacey are both unmuted now. So Lacey, if you have any questions.
No, don't think so. I was just trying to take notes and screenshots so I could go through it all later when I'm trying to make a post.
Yeah. Those were some really
I'll
great.
share all of that with them so that y'all don't have to write it all down.
I loved it. I didn't know on the saved post that you could put it in categories. I've just been saving.
Yeah.
I'll have to go research that.
I know, because I would say
I didn't know that either.
I have to scroll forever for it, the old stuff that I've saved. But yeah, now you can organize it into collections. And I don't know how many it lets you make collections of, but it at least keeps it a little bit more organized.
It was very cool, very informative. We appreciate you sharing it all with us. I'm excited to share it with the team. So if I
you're welcome.
We do something similar, but you know how everybody has to find what works for them. So Kaylee and I share our content calendar every month with the team. But I love your idea too. Just having Monday through Sunday of what to post each day, and it be a theme versus we give something exact, for each day of the month.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And even if they are Instagram people, they could still take and apply that towards their Instagram. So
It does. Yeah. I have a lot of Instagrammers on my team, and the schedule goes both ways. It works for Instagram and Facebook. And then we do a post every day in our team page and share like what we posted about that day. And it gives people all these great ideas. And even me, I'm like, oh, that was a great idea. So it's always good to see what other people are doing, because you're right, not one way works for everybody.
I like it. I was going to ask one last question, then I'll hush so you can go.
Yeah. No, you're
do you
fine.
do stories much?
I do them. I don't know that I do them the right way.
Well, I'm kind of
but I do my
now.
best with them. I do what I can, because I think those are easy to get sucked up into. But I try to share my fitness, I try to share my family, and I try to share like food, especially with 80 Day Obsession. It's easy to talk about our time nutrition and when we're eating.
Yeah.
And then just lifestyle. So I am not good at the call to actions on there quite yet. I use the poll function a lot, but other than that, I've got way more smarter IG girls on my team than what I'm doing. So
I'm not really good yet with stories either. So that's why I was like, okay, let's ask.
What I have done though is taken it off of business and kept it to my personal page. I don't know if you do that too. That way the stories are going to Facebook too, so I have people seeing it in both places.
Okay. All right. Hey, Lacey, you got any more questions before we let Sarah go?
No, I don't think so. I'm very sorry earlier, though. I thought I was on mute, and I was trying to do stuff around my house while I listened, and then I was like, oh no.
It was my fault as the host. I should have had everybody muted, so no apologies. It's my fault. Well, Sarah, thank you. I hope you feel better.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you very much.
Y'all have a great spring break, and thanks again for sharing with us.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye, y'all.
Bye.